I'd like to thank you for coming and celebrating the official groundbreaking ceremony for the new Station 5. A little bit about Nokesville. On October 31st, 1945, 9 citizens from this community petitioned the Commonwealth of Virginia to create the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department. In early 1946, Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department began responding to the first calls. Back then, the way the members found out about the calls was the air raid siren would sound, and they would call the operator to find out where the call was and what the nature of the call was. Jump forward 17 years, and where you stand today, this land was donated to the members of the Volunteer Fire Department, and we constructed the building behind you, Station 5, in 1963. The station has been in operation ever since then. Minor modifications, we've had a few upgrades to the station, but she's basically remained the same. 17 years later, there was, let me correct that, as Prince William County grew, so was the need for fire and rescue stations. On July 2003, we broke ground on Fire Station 25, which is our other station located at the intersection of Litton Hall Road and Sully Manor Drive. 15 years later, we stand here today at the official groundbreaking for the new Station 5 as we write the next chapter of the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department. It may be a new station with modern technology, modern lighting, modern material, all fancy inside, but this station will still be known as Club 5. The members have grown attached to the current station, and I'm sure they will grow even more attached to the new station that has been planned. The reason we call this Club 5 is because obviously of the low call volume, the tightness of the crews that run out of the station, and also the fact that you can hear the trains go by all night long. I'm very happy so far today we have not had a train go by. If one goes by, we'll pause, let it go by, and then we'll start over again. I say that now, and I'm sure trains will be coming. Wonderful. All right. The new Station 5 will be more than just a place to house fire and rescue apparatus. It will become a centerpiece for the citizens of Nokesville. As the volunteers continue to run out of this station, we will always keep our doors open and our hearts open to the citizens of this community. I am very proud of the members of this department who have stood by us as we went through the 33-month effort to get to where we're at today. Again, I would like to thank all of you for coming and celebrating this with us. I would like to take the time now to introduce some of our special guests that are here today. Representing State Delegate Hala Ali, Legislative Assistant Ms. Betsy Cramsey, whose son is stationed at Station 23 in Prince William County. Representing the Prince William County Board of County Supervisors, we have Miss Janine Lawson. Also with us, our neighbor just right next to us here, Mr. Marty Noe for the Coles District. Representing Corey Stewart's office, Mr. Ross Snare. Representing Prince William County Department of Fire and Rescue is Chief Kevin McGee. Now representing Prince William County Public Works, the Director of Public Works, Mr. Tom Broom. The Assistant Director of Public Works, Mr. Matt Versale. These next two individuals that are out of Public Works, I got to take a break from just reading through this list. But believe it or not, on July 14th, 2015, I get the following email from this one individual. It states, "Hi Mark, thank you for your contact information. I appreciate it. I'll be setting up a meeting with all within the next couple of weeks so we can move forward with the project. I look forward to meeting and working with you and John on this project and its successful completion. Little did I know that 33 months later, and approximately 1,000 plus emails and hundreds of meetings, that I've become very close to these two individuals, Ms. Luann Dorr and Mr. John Mitchell. Thank you. Now, this all could not have been made possible without the architects who seem to want to design really cool, crazy things. And we did have some really good designs come out. A lot of designs that we went through were rejected, were redone, and redone. But we finally came out to what we have today. So for Hughes Group of Architects, I would like to thank personally Ms. Lynn Rita, Project Manager Mr. Joe Sanders, the man with the hat. All right, Architect Chris Wilson, and to bring this to life, you have to have the general contractor. And so far, this company is shown to be very fast-paced, wanting to get the ball rolling as soon as possible, and we look forward to working with them over the next 18 months or so. So representing Ken Bridge Construction is Mike Bender. Also, we have Mr. Robert Pierce and Mr. Brandon Spencer. All right, I'd like to thank all of you for everything you've done to get us to where we are today. I'd also like to thank the ones who will be making us successful as we move forward constructing the new station. At this time, I would like to invite Supervisor Janine Lawson to say a few words.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning, everybody. Hey, doesn't it feel good to downgrade your coat? I felt, okay, comfortably I can wear a spring coat today, and I'm thankful that we're not sheltering ourselves under rain or snow. But I really feel a sense of accomplishment already to stand here this morning and join so many of you for this groundbreaking. Luann and Mark, I know you have poured so many hours into this project, and I'm thinking that you're probably feeling that sense of accomplishment also, and what a great feeling it will be to one day be here for the ribbon cutting. I love the story of the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Company. Men that served our nation in World War II, came back, and they were ready to serve their community. And 72 years later, we still have a vibrant volunteer company that not just serves the Nokesville community, but serves the Linton Hall corridor and beyond. So it's a great story, and I'm thrilled that we are here today to build the new big sister to this building that has served the community for so long. I'm also very thankful to my fellow board members that we identified funding for the needed community room. Nokesville is a very tight community. And there's really nowhere else. Everything's falling apart up here. There's really nowhere else for the Nokesville community to meet, and so incorporating that into the plan was very important to me. It was certainly important to the volunteer company, and most importantly, it was important to the broader Nokesville community. So I'm thankful that we were able to accomplish that, and again, I'm grateful to the board for helping me identify the additional money to make that happen. And Chief McGee and Chief Mike Silva, thank you for all of your efforts and your support, and especially for your support in serving our community and keeping us safe. You're doing a great job, and let's get this show on the road. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to invite Chief Mike Silva to the stand.
Morning. The sun's coming out. That's a good omen. I like that. For anyone that does not know me, I'm Chief Mike Silva. I'm Chief of the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department, and we're all very excited today. This is a great day for us. As you can tell, as Mark has already said earlier, a lot of effort has gone into where we are. There we go, now I can see. As been talked about a little bit before, Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department has served this community for 72 years now. That building there was built in the 1960s. As Mark said, it was originally basically just a garage with a couple of rooms attached because everybody responded from home when the whistle went off. It's early in the 1980s we added an addition on the other side when it became when people were required to be here more often, which has a couple of bunk rooms and a small kitchen and that sort of thing. It has served its purpose, obviously, for many years. But now we have people here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Our Department of Fire Rescue partners are here during the day, Monday through Friday, and the volunteers are here during the rest of the time. As a result of increased mission requirements, personnel requirements, and even the size of the apparatus that we drive, which can hardly fit in the bays now, it's time. It's time for us to finally retire that building and move into something new. The new station will provide much needed new administrative space that we need. It will provide new bays. It will provide better bunk rooms and whatnot for the people that are here. It provides a new physical fitness center. As was said before, it also will include a community room so that the members of the community here can continue to use it as they have this hall for many years that is on its way out here. But it also, we think, is in a position where it can be expanded and it will serve our needs and help us provide the needs of the community for many years to come. And for that, we are very grateful and very thankful to be out here. I thank everybody that was involved in this. This has been a long process. This process started before I even became chief of the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department. All the supervisors, everybody that was involved. Personally, I would like to make one very special thank you, and that is to our president, Mark Engman. He had this project before I even became chief, and he has spearheaded it, and he has been our point of contact for the last 3 years to get us to where we are today. And the members of the department thank him individually. Now again, thank you for coming out. We look forward to celebrating, and there's the train. And we look forward to inviting you back next year for the ribbon cutting ceremony. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the department, actually the Prince William County Fire and Rescue System Chief Kevin McGee, to provide a few comments.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, President. It's great to be here with you this morning. Thank you all for joining us for this important day. This is a day that we have looked forward to for a long, long time. Over 9 years ago, our Fire Rescue Association conducted a fire rescue architectural study to identify where we needed to make improvements in our fire rescue stations around the county. And many major projects were identified, including total renovations and some total rebuilds. The Nokesville Fire Station 5 is the last big project from that study. So thanks to the great support that we've received from our Board of County Supervisors, this day is possible. And we're able to do this groundbreaking because of all that you've done to fund the program and to support it along the way. Nokesville Fire Rescue Station 5, as you've heard, has provided great service to the Nokesville community over many years. The station was constructed as a 25-year life cycle standard, and it has functioned for over twice that life cycle to date. The facility has been added to. I can remember when I came to work for the county in 1980, that addition was being placed, and it has been renovated and renovated and renovated. And that old baby can't take one more facelift, so it's time for us to break ground on the future fire rescue station that will serve Nokesville, and with the station that's built to at least a 50-year construction standard that is likely to serve this community for the next 75 and perhaps 100 years into the future. The team that will create the station of the future are here today. Many of them have been introduced, but I want to recognize you as well. First, the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department leadership team. Thank you for all you've done. Department of Fire and Rescue staff that will be working tirelessly on the project. Prince William County Public Works, our architects, the Hughes Group, and our general contractor, Kenbridge Construction. Today, they get right to work on this 18,000 square foot fire and EMS station. It's going to be, as you heard, state-of-the-art facility for our career and volunteer first responders. It's going to have 3 drive-through bays for an ambulance, an engine company, and a tanker. And it also will have a community room that will be a training facility for us, as well as a place for the community to meet. And I want to recognize Supervisor Lawson for all the work that you've done and the perseverance that you've had to make that possible. We ran into barrier and roadblock after barrier and roadblock, and when you talk about the number of emails that you've had, President Hickman, the number of phone calls and emails that I've received from Supervisor Lawson, the community room simply would not have been possible without all that you have done, so thank you. For a sliver of time, the Nokesville, there'll be visual, we'll be able to visually reflect on the 72 years of Nokesville Fire and Rescue Service history. During the construction project, the original fire station that opened in 1946 is right up the road on Marsteller Drive. And the current station that you heard was built in 1963. And the new station that will be constructed right here where we're standing. So from Marsteller Drive to where we have these shovels placed here will represent the past, the present, and the future of Nokesville Fire and Rescue Service. So without any further delay on my part, let's get to the groundbreaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Now, before we get into the fun part about this whole thing, the groundbreaking shovel ceremony, token of our appreciation for those of you sitting in the front row. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I can just tell you it's not ticking and it doesn't spoil. So, you know, just feel sure that, you know, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you when you open it up. But, all right. Yeah, don't open them up here. You know, we got to get the show on the road here with digging the dirt. All right. So, a part of the official shovel team, we always have RIT teams and we have EMS teams, but this is our shovel team. I'm going to invite up Miss Janine Lawson, Mr. Marty Noy, Chief Kevin McGee, Lynn Rita, Joe Sanders, Mike vendor from Kenbridge, because Kenbridge, you got to take some credit for this because you're going to be doing a lot of the work. And also, the guy that probably I pestered the most out of all this stuff is John Mitchell. I really owe it to the guy because I think I drove him nuts on a few days of the week. So. Yeah, Chief. You know
Oh, me! I was beginning to feel a little,
Now I feel bad. I feel really bad now.
This will reflect later.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the free lunch I was promised. So. All right, folks, let's all get standing. Let's get ready. Everyone's got to
Throw it on the other side?
Yeah, throw on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the official shovel team. Now, as with any event that takes place with the fire service, be it a fire standby, hanging out, or whatever, we always have food. So as you all can see, we have canteen behind you, known as Battalion 1 Canteen Unit, which was just used just a few days ago at the big mulch fire. So we do have food for everyone to enjoy, coffee, snacks, and Chief Silva has graciously volunteered to cut the cake and serve it to all of you. So there is cake up there waiting for you. That was all Chicken Man. That was all Chicken Man's idea. I cannot take any credit for that. So folks, hang out, enjoy some food, some drinks, some coffee and stuff, and mingle with the rest of us. We thank you for coming on behalf of the Nokesville Volunteer Fire Department. Have a great day and enjoy the beautiful weather.